Guys, the fastest way to make your first $1 million. In this video, my focus is not just making the $1 million, but making it in the shortest time possible. Many have saved and invest, and within the period of 5 to 20 years, compound interest had worked in their favor and they had become millionaires. But my question is, if it takes you 5 to 20 years to make $1 million, then actually you are not having $1 million, because if you check it well, inflation and devaluation would have cut a large percentage of that amount. So instead of using 5 to 20 years to make your $1 million, why not do it in a year? Why not in months or in weeks? Many are doing it, and my goal in this video is to show you that it is doable and guide you step by step on how you can do it. So stick closer and let's embark on this journey together. Remember, the Bible teach us in Psalms 90 verse 12. It says, "So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom." That means that whatever should happen in my life should happen in my youth. So quickly, without wasting any of your time, I want to hand over to you 5 unfailable keys that you can use to make your first $1 million as fast as possible. The first key is business negotiation deal. The good news about this is that you don't even need capital to start it. You can just go to the e-commerce store and say, "Hey, I can generate you sales across your sites, but all I need is 5% of the deal." That means you have these goods, but I know who need them. My job is to connect both you together, the buyer and the seller, and after the transaction is made, you will give me the 5% of the deal for generating you a sale. Real estate agents, they know much about this and they make millions doing it. There is a story of this gentleman who went and meet the Coca-Cola company and say, "Hey, I have noticed that your trucks have no place for parking. See, I have gotten a nice land for you that you won't want to miss." When he was sure that the Coca-Cola company are willing to buy the land, he went and met the owner of the land and had a serious negotiation deal. And after the transaction, he made 10 to 20% of the transaction and became rich overnight. There will always be the fastest way. Key number 2 is find a vision rising and support it with all diligence. This is the shortest and the most guaranteed way I know to rise, especially when your family is not stable, economically speaking. All it will cost you is service. Nobody ever forgets who helped him rise. Somebody that you can help today with $10 to go and register his company can succeed tomorrow and give you an estate. Please, I want you to follow to the end of this video, because number 5 is a game changer that you won't want to miss. Key number 3 to making your first $1 million in the shortest time possible is borrow loan or goods. You can borrow with a low interest rate and do your turnover. I know that many people frown at debt, but I want you to know one thing. You have to differentiate between good debts and bad debts. Good debts is encourageable. This is when people borrow money to buy assets that will keep yielding increase. For me, they can pay off the debts and have their gains. But bad debts is when somebody borrow money to buy liabilities, like buying cars, burying the dead, or so on and so forth. This is what they call bad debt that is not encourageable. One thing I want you to know is that there is no rich man I know who have not in some point to his journey to becoming wealthy, have not borrowed some money from somewhere. Probably there is none. The difference is that the wise they borrow to buy assets, while the fools borrow to buy liabilities, thinking they are assets. But much more than borrowing money that will keep yielding interest on you, you can look for what they call supplier trust. Somebody who can trust you with merchandise. Sell this and bring me the money whenever you sell. And the most amazing part of it is that whether inflation rises or falls, it is not against you. Whenever you sell, you return the capital you took in the first place. Key number 5 is invest on time trending market. You can find a seasonal market that people need at a particular season and dominate that market. One thing about this is that the market is going fast with rapidity and you can charge as much as you want and people will have to still pay for it because of desperation sometimes. During the COVID-19 in 2020, there is one Eastern Nigerian guy who signed a deal with the government to supply them with enough nose mask for the population. The guy became one of the chief importers of nose masks all through the pandemic nationwide and was amazingly blessed of that decision. If you found this video helpful, do well to hit on the subscription button and turn on the notification bell to be notified as soon as we drop the new video. Remember, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is powerful. So go and apply this and be among those who will testify in your finances.